Bullet hit Officer Kotluski in his vest. But did you know that they're only good, the vests are, for 5 years? And now many departments, including CPD, officers are responsible for replacing their own bulletproof vests. And this month, you can help. There's a pancake breakfast at the end of the month, and tomorrow the WGN Radio Vestathon. Both benefit the Chicago Police Memorial Foundation's Get Behind the Vest initiative, and so much more. Joining us now, David Hochberg, host of Home Sweet Home Chicago on WGN Radio 720, WGNradio.com, and Chicago Police Officer Nathaniel Hollis, who is alive thanks to his vest. Thanks for being here, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
Let's start with the meat of the matter. Give us what happened.
Me and my partner responded to a domestic-related shots fired call. We get there on scene, and we were told that the family member was shooting in the house. We checked the house to make sure the offender that he was gone. He left. We're talking to the family, getting the statement. The offender comes back, and I tell the family to get out the house. And then when I step out, I see the offender. He shoots me center mass in the chest. I fall back forward, and then that's when we give out all the information regarding the offender.
All right. Suffice to say that you wouldn't be here without the vest.
That's correct.
Yeah. And how has this left you, this whole experience?
You know, the incident still stays in my mind, but you know what? I'm very proud to be here. You know, I'm glad to be around and be with my family. You know, that's what counts the most.
And you get a lot of support from the community in the form of this campaign right here. Tell us a little bit about it, David, and why the need to help these officers out, because the vests are pretty expensive.
Yeah, I met up with Alderman Matt O'Shea about 5 years ago when he came on our at the end of February, and I'm like, we got to bring more awareness to this. This is crazy. I can't believe that the police officers in the Chicago Police Department have to buy their own vests. And then Matt and I developed a relationship, and we're going to have a live remote prior to his pancake breakfast the Saturday before to bring awareness, and COVID hit. So as things started loosening up with the COVID crisis, I'm like, let's get on this and let's do something. And we started planning this in October, and we've got unbelievable support from the corporations in this town, and just I see the donations coming in, $50, $10, $100. Some listeners and viewers are donating $500, $5,000. So it's a cause that I got behind, because I could not believe that the men and women of the Chicago Police Department had to buy their own vests. It just didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, they don't make a lot of money the first several years on the job, as you can, you're right, you can attest to.
Oh, yeah.
So they run $500 each, and your goal is to raise how much money for how many vests?
We will raise $200,000 so they can purchase, the Chicago Police Memorial Foundation can purchase 400 vests. And here's the important thing about it. The Chicago Police Memorial Foundation does so many things for so many different people, like Nate and his family when he got shot, and the officers' families that made the ultimate sacrifice that got killed in the line of duty. They're there for them every single day, whatever they need. And to have a line item in a budget set aside for police vests and bulletproof vests, if we could fill $200,000, where that $200,000 could be redirected to, you know, Nate's family and other officers' families where it should go. That's what I got behind this, because I want that money. I think that money should be dedicated to supporting the families and let us step up to have the police officers' backs, because they have ours.
Officers, so you had to pay for the initial one out of pocket coming out of the academy, and then you got shot, saved your life. Did you have to pay for the second one as well?
No, I didn't pay for it.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Yes, it is. You know, it saved me a lot of money. Like you said, coming out of the academy, you don't really start making a lot of money, so that would definitely be a financial setback for us.
So you're trying to make it fun too. So you got some giveaways for the call-in segment. It's going to last several hours. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's a 3-hour show, 10 o'clock until 1 o'clock on AM 720 WGN. We have 4 officers calling in. Nate's calling in, talking about their experience. We also have a lot of Chicago athletes. Eddie O is calling in. Dan Hampton scheduled to call in. White Sox Dave from Barstool Sports is scheduled to call in. We have a ton of autographed jerseys and footballs and sweaters. Savard, Olczyk, Troy Murray, Jonathan Taves, Kane, Hampton, Olin Kreutz, all down the line that we're going to be able to put out there, so our listeners can say, hey, for $500, $750, not only going to make a donation to a 501c3 organization,
sure,
you're also going to get a signed jersey as well as a bonus on top of that. And that's how we hope to raise $200,000. Should be a layup. I mean, we have 8 million people in the Chicago metropolitan area. And if you come into Chicago, into the 606 606 zip code, Nate and his fellow officers, the other 11,800, are protecting you. So this isn't just a Chicago thing. If you step foot in the 606 zip code, the men and women of the Chicago Police Department have your back, and we're just asking just a little donation tomorrow.
Very good.
To have their back.
Thank you for your time. We so appreciate you being here and for your time on the job and your fellow officers in blue as well. As we mentioned, the first event coming up, WGN Radio Vestathon tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Find details at WGNVest.com. February 27th, you can check out, carry out, Get Behind the Vest Pancake Breakfast in the 19th Ward. More info on that is available at the 19thWardMobile.com. Thank you, gentlemen.
A suburban officer shot in the line of duty, continuing his recovery, but he's having a hard time with his insurance. Find out why on the WGN Evening News at 5.